To get updated with valuable Dhamma knowledge, subscribe and share the Samma TV channel today.
One of the basic principles of statesmanship or a principle of governance in the time of the Buddha that was evaluated and appreciated by the great teacher, the Buddha, was following the Satta Aparihaniya Dhamma. They mean the principles of statesmanship or governance which do away with or avoid politicians from degeneration or downfall. They were in practice in the time of the Buddha, and the Buddha appreciated them and even recommended them for the community of monks. There are 7 such principles to be followed, and that were followed by the great and successful politicians at the time of the Buddha. They were considered as the principles of good governance at that time. Among those principles, there was one major principle which recommended to respect the culture and the religions in that society. Therefore, this principle was followed by the kings and the statesmen throughout the history of Sri Lanka. Therefore, we can observe a very special and unique relationship between the religion and state in Sri Lankan context. In Sri Lanka, kings respected Buddhism, the Theravada form of Buddhism, which is the main and state religion of Sri Lanka. Therefore, after being elected or selected or inherited to the statesmanship to be the head of the state, it was the custom, the historic practice, to go to the venerable monks and to the Buddhist places of worship to get the blessings of the noble triple gem. Then people of that country come to know that the new ruler who is in power is a person who respects the culture inherited from generation to generation and also respected by their ancestors. Even today, this principle is followed by the respected and reputed politicians in Sri Lanka. When they get elected to govern the country, they make it a principle to go to major and main places of Buddhist worship and to receive the blessings of noble triple gem. Then they start their work for the country, for people, following the principles of Buddhist ethics. Not only that, even though you are the king of the country, the head of the state, still you are bound to follow family ethics, social ethics. They include worshipping parents, worshipping elders, your elder brothers and sisters in your own family. Actually, these are not mere practices to be followed, but they cause the generation of ethical principles, ethical qualities within the heart of a person. When you respect your elders, parents, you do it with the heart of gratitude. You pay your respect to those parents, to those elders who were helpful to you, who gave strength to you, who have given you the strength to come to the present state. So, remembering and recollecting such experiences of your life at the beginning, in childhood, in young age, people respect their parents by worshipping them and looking after them and treating them, and also their elder brothers and sisters. This is the cultural practice to generate the quality of gratitude within the heart of people. Not only that, we have the example from the life of the Buddha. After the enlightenment, the Buddha realized himself that in proper understanding of what the life and world is, and then after the realization of the truth of the world, still the Buddha, knowing that there was no person beyond him, over or above him in knowledge and qualities, still the Buddha searched for a person to respect as teacher. Then the Buddha understood that even within gods or in the Brahma worlds, there was no a person higher in qualities and knowledge, higher knowledge than the Buddha. Then Buddha took a historical decision. The Buddha decided to keep the Dhamma in the position of teacher and to respect the Dhamma, which reflects the humbleness. Being grateful and cultivating gratefulness within human heart, in human mind, and being humble are considered to be very noble qualities to be cultivated in the human heart. In Buddhist point of view, according to the Buddhist understanding of life, this life is not only for enjoyment, just for mere enjoyment, but human life is there. We have received and we are lucky to enjoy the merits of human life because of the results of past meritorious deeds, the results of the good deeds that we have done in the past. Therefore, Buddhism gives a meaning to our life. That is, we have to live to achieve higher purposes in this society for the well-being of oneself and for the well-being of others. When we are aiming at a life which causes well-being for oneself and others, the well-being and happiness of all living things, living beings, it is very much necessary for us to grow, to generate and to cultivate noble qualities within human mind. Therefore, in Buddhist practice, in Buddhist culture, in Buddhist cultural context, respecting elders and respecting the noble and great principles of one's own culture and also in other cultures are recommended that as principles of normal life, as a principle of social life, and also as a principle of political life. That is what you can observe from the practices of Sri Lankan culture when they are performed by people, when they respect the noble triple gem, and also when they respect their parents and elders. They are followed even by the great and respected leaders of the nation, leaders of the country. We hope that they give a lesson to entire human society that there are noble qualities, ethical principles that can be cultivated in human heart in your day-to-day life. Two of them are cultivating gratefulness, the principle of gratitude, and being humble, which will enrich your mind to be a better, successful and a prosperous human being. And it is given in some decorative words that you can become a god or a bodhisattva while being a human being if you properly cultivate your heart. May the noble triple gem bless you.
To get updated with valuable Dhamma knowledge, subscribe and share the Samma TV channel today.